So I'm back in the swing again. You know that song, I'm back in the saddle again, I'm back in the swing again. Can't be still, gotta wiggle, just can't help myself. And I gotta keep my glasses on because I can't see the little picture over there. And make sure everything, there's no help with some things, but Anyway, so, let me just say this video, if you are a health freak or you're in great shape, bye, you don't need to be here. But if you are like me, I'm very inactive and I need to lose weight, but this is not about losing weight. This is about moving. Yesterday I was riding in the vehicle with my oldest son, and he was telling me something that he was doing, and I got to thinking about it, and I thought, that's a really good idea. The only thing is, I want to put a twist on it and do it my way instead of what he's talking about. So I'll tell you what he was telling me about. And some of you may know, I'm not a computer. I watch YouTube, but there's a lot of things I don't know. Especially when it comes to internet and stuff like that. But there's a virtual walking thing, and I don't know all what it is or anything, can't tell you. And I guess if you're interested, you can comment below, and I would try to tell you. I'll try to find out for you, but I don't know what it is. But anyway, he likes old stuff, reading about war and stuff like that. And so there's some kind of wall. There's different things you can pick to walk with, virtual walking. And so he picked some kind of wall that's, I think, like 90 miles. And so he's got to do so many steps, so many miles. He's got to do 90 miles in such a amount of period. A period of time. And so it was $30 to do it. And then he picked the time that he wanted to do it, so he could do it at his own pace. And then when he finished it, he got a medal. Well, my thinking is, I don't want to spend the $30 to do that. That really doesn't do nothing for me. But it would, he's young, he would enjoy it. But what would I like? So I thought about, I'll take the $30 and put it on something I want. And when I finish doing my goal, then I could take that money and buy what I wanted. And I'll show you later, if I get there, what I wanted. So I got to thinking, I want to try to walk 50 miles. I'm not athletic. I don't walk much. I'm working. That's what we do. We work. But it's when you're drilling, you're sitting. When you have to pull the pipe out or put the case in, I stand a lot. But there's a lot of driving and going here and there. But I don't have the physical strength that a man does, that Daniel can do the job with. And so I do what I can do. I do a lot of, I'm there, because if he needs some help, I'm there. But so I wanted to do the 50 miles outside of work, something for me. Scott said on his, you could walk, run, ride your bicycle, or I think swim. Well, I don't have the swimming pool up, and my bicycle tire got all bent up, and Randy told me that this was before he passed, just to buy a new bicycle. And I've been looking. I have the tricycle. And I'm not running. That was 100 years ago. I was a good runner back then, but not now. So anyway, my goal is I'm going to start tomorrow, which is August the 20th. I got my little notes here, y'all. Which is August the 24th, and I'm going to give myself till October the 31st. So that's 2 months and a week, I think. And I've got some other things I'll show in the video, but I'm just talking to you. there's some ways that I want to do to walk. I can just walk in place. It takes 2,000 steps to make a mile. It takes 10,000 steps to make 5 miles. And you know that 10,000 steps is what they want you to do a day. So they actually want you to walk 5 miles a day. I'm going to get there. For 50 miles, I have to do 100,000 miles. Can you see that? 100,000 steps. 100,000 steps to do 50 miles. So, but I did some other little calculations, and like I said, I've got a chart I'll put on here. But it says for 1 minute, if you walk for 1 minute, you're usually doing 118 steps. I have to count that out, so I'll know what mine is. For 10 minutes, you got if you do 10 minutes of walking, you get 1,180 steps. 30 minutes is 3,540 steps. And if you're doing 60 minutes, I'd be good to stick with it for 5 minutes. It's 7,080 now. I'm doing this video to be accountable for myself. Also, I gotta make video. I want to make a video, so this is a good way to make a video. I don't believe in wishing me good luck. I believe in prayer. So pray for me. If you have any comments, you can put them below. Encouragement is much needed and much appreciated if you want to do that. And also, if you're like me and you're just kind of like a couch potato or I hate exercise. I really do hate exercise. I hate it. So, but there's things I want to do in life, and I want to get up and get moving. So, I got to start somewhere. And so, if you're one of those and you want to come along, put it in the comments, and we'll keep talking back and forth. I'm not going to try not to do every video on this, but I will keep you updated on it to let you know how it's going and did I keep with it or did I give up? I hope I keep with it. I think that's about all I got to say on that. There's ways that I can do this. I do want to talk about that. Like I said, I could just walk in place, if you know how many steps. My iPhone, and I think every phone must have it because my middle son has a different phone. And he didn't know it was on his phone, and I told him, and his wife said, yeah. So she had looked at the phone more than he had. Excuse me. And so he found it. He said, well, I didn't know that was on there. He said, I'll start keeping up with it because he walks a lot with work. And he just had a big job, and he said, I wish I'd had my Fitbit because he said, that way he would know how many steps he took. And I said, well, if you had your phone, it would have told you. So he didn't know, but I think he's going to activate it or he'll have it. But I don't carry my phone with me all the time because it's just extra to have to hold on to. But I'm going to try to keep up with it in some different ways. If I do some walking outside, time will give me about an idea, 10 minutes. If I walk 10 minutes, I know it's 1180 for the steps. And so when I get to 2,000, I get to take a mile off. And so I want to get that 50 miles. Leslie Sansone is, I love her to death. I used to do her pretty regular. And I lost weight with her, but, I broke my collarbone, and I got out exercising with her. So I can easily cut her on YouTube and walk with her and just maybe take some walks outside. I'll let you know what kind of things I'm doing and if it, how I'm coming along. I like to be able to get that 50 miles before October 31st. That would be a big achievement. So I'm just going to take it as like this. Tomorrow, because I am a inactive person. If I do let me see now. If I do 5 minutes, no, if I do 500 steps, that's a quarter of a mile. If I do 1,000 steps, I've done a half a mile. So, maybe that's something, if you don't get a lot of steps in your life. This is not, and I don't know how to say this being nice. There are friends that I have that I could ask to walk with me. But a lot of them are already walking, and I can't keep up. That's just the way it is. And I want to be to the point that I can keep up. Randy was my walking partner, and he could outwalk me. Oh my word, he could outwalk me. The man could walk 8 miles and never flinch. I'll tell you a story in a minute, but he would keep that slow pace for me, just to stay with me. But Randy had, I've told you in a previous video that he had, several videos, that he had cancer in 2011. He had a Whipple. It's a major, major surgery, y'all. And I think I told you the video that he had, he didn't have his strength, and he asked God for it and got the church praying, and he came back like a rose. It just opened up and got his strength back. Well, I'm not sure if it was that season after that or the next year after that, but he was like 4 to 5 miles from the house. Him and Andrew had went hunting, and something they didn't have, I don't know if why they didn't have cell phones with them, or I don't know why, but because we had cell phones then. But something happened to the vehicle. They got stuck, or it wouldn't crank or something, and they had to walk that 4 to 5 miles. And I think it was that season right after he'd had the surgery, like in February, and that hunting season, probably October, November, December. It might have been turkey hunting. It might have been like in March, excuse me, or April. But they had to walk it, and he did really good. And he just had major surgery and was trying to get his life back, his health back. Lost 70 pounds in that period, and he had to stop at one point. He had to lay down on the ground and rest. Got back up and never missed a beat. And I would get on to him. He'd take the truck. He'd say, I'm going to take the truck 10 miles away and get the bicycle, put on the truck, and run back and get the other truck. And never asked anybody to help him. He'd just want to go do that. And I'd fuss at him and say, you ain't doing that. Somebody might run over you. And so he ended up calling me to help him. But, I mean, it's just crazy things that you think of when you're doing videos. And so I'll try to get out of the habit of talking about him all the time. But, you think about, even if he was here, there would be times you would talk about stories of things that you've done and things that, in the past. And so that's going to happen. I mean, I will never forget him. And so he would be the first one to tell me, you got to get moving, Jan. You got to get moving. It's not just enough to try to eat healthy. You need to be moving. And so I'm going to try to be moving 50 miles by October the 31st. So pray for me. Please pray for me, because I'm going to need it. Thank you. And I think that's it for this video. God bless. I just wanted to say, I wanted to dedicate this. It's not much, but I wanted to dedicate this little film to Scott, because this video, because if he hadn't told me that he was doing that, because I think he had done like 1.5 miles, and if he hadn't told me that, it wouldn't give me the incentive to want to do it myself. And so I want to dedicate this to Scott. And if you're watching it, Scott, I want you to know I love you. I appreciate you, and I am praying for you, boy. God bless and love you. Bye.